Hey guys, Matt Johnson here and welcome to today's episode of Beer and Watches. Today we are taking a look at this beautiful automatic watch from Stalingrad Watches. Not only that, they've given me a huge 20% off to give to all of you. So without further ado, time's a ticking, so let's get stuck in. Hi everyone, Matt Johnson here. Welcome to today's episode of Beer and Watches. I'm super stoked to be bringing you a stunning watch from Stalingrad Watches. But before we get into the review and the unboxing, if this is your first time here, please don't forget to go ahead and click on the subscribe button over there to subscribe to my channel. I bring you the very best in watch reviews and beer news every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Now I've been sent this stunning watch by Stalingrad Watches for review. Actually, I've been sent 4 watches, but we're going to do one every week, every Wednesday. Now, if you've never heard of Stalingrad Watches, you can check them out at this website, stalingrad.co, and I'll also put that link in the description below. Also, I'm really excited because they're giving me a massive 20% off discount code that is BW20. So you can go over to stalingrad.co and you can purchase any of their watches at a massive 20% off. Now, while the Stalingrad Watch Company have been around for quite a while manufacturing watches for other companies, they have decided to start manufacturing their own watches. Now, let's be honest, there are a lot of watches out there these days to cater to everybody's budgets and tastes. In a world that seems quite frankly saturated with new watch companies coming out every 5 minutes on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and even the pages of AliExpress, why should we care about another watch brand? Well, I'm here today to tell you that when it comes to Stalingrad watches, we should not only care, but every watch novice and watch collector should, in my opinion, have a Stalingrad watch on their wrist and in their collection. Now, that is, I know, a pretty bold statement, but I'm here in this review unboxing today to tell you why I believe that's true with our first unboxing of the Stalingrad Kursk. The Kursk is Stalingrad's premium bronze diver, and it comes in 3 different color combinations. Today we are looking at the SG060903. Now, Stalingrad did send me 4 watches for review. However, and that's a big however, I don't get to keep these watches after I've reviewed them. In fact, I have to send them back. And not only that, I don't get paid for the review. So I have absolutely no financial interest in giving these watches a good or indeed a bad review. So what you'll get in this and every single one of the watch reviews on my channel is a completely unbiased review. And that, guys and girls, is so very important to me because every review on this channel helps you make an informed decision on your next watch purchase. All that being said, let's get into the unboxing and review of this offering from Stalingrad Watches. All right, guys and girls, so here we have it. The first watch in for review to my channel from Stalingrad Watches. So let's take a look inside and open the box. Now, first of all, let's take a look at the box itself. It's got the nice red top. It's got the Stalingrad logo embossed there in silver. We remove the lid and inside we're greeted with another Stalingrad box. It's like a box in a box in a box. Now, this box is kind of cool. It's got kind of a wood finish, kind of an applied, I would say, kind of sticker on there maybe. I'm not sure. It's got a cushion to the top. Now, upon opening this box here, we're greeted inside with the Kursk watch. Again, the finishing on this is very nice. It's got kind of a felt in the top with the Stalingrad logo, and then it's sitting on this nice red cushion that matches the color of the lid. So all in all, this unboxing experience is very good, and I'm super impressed with the packaging on these Stalingrad watches. So big thumbs up on that, Stalingrad. Now let's remove the watch from the case. Also inside the box, you will notice here that we have a hang tag as well with the Stalingrad logo on there and the red string to match the red of the cushion and the lid of the box. Now we're going to close all this up, put that box back in that box, put that lid on top of that box, get rid of the box, and we're going to move on to the watch itself. Now let's give this a little wipe here. We'll polish the glass just to make sure that you get the best look at this beautiful watch. This is their premium offering. This is the Kursk. This particular one is the SG060903 with the bronze case, the bronze kind of patina, and the brown leather strap. Now let's start with the face itself. The first thing that strikes you right away as you look at this face is the oversized applied hour markers. A cool mixture of both numeral and Roman numeral markers. These are huge. Now I can tell you that the markers, the hands, and the little end of the sweeping second hand there do have super lume on these. So we're going to turn the lights off right now and take a look at the lume on this watch. The lume on this watch is super bright, and the super lumed markers are meant to represent the glowing of a submarine control panel. We also have the Stalingrad logo here just below the 12 o'clock position, and printed on the watch face there, bronze and 200 meters just above the 6 o'clock position, 200 meters being 20 bars or 660 feet of honest to goodness water resistance, because this watch is a diver after all. The green face on this watch fits the bold industrial design of the watch perfectly in my opinion, and has a very faint linen finish to it, which is hard to see with the naked eye, but is showing up here perfectly under the camera lens. We have an HMS dial, which means hour, minute, and second hands. We also have a date window here at the 3 o'clock position, which has got kind of a bronze gold outer ring. It is small, but it does the job, and it's totally functional. And now on to the case itself, which is really a very cool thing to behold. It's got a 45mm diameter. It's got a case thickness of 40 millimeters, a 50mm lug to lug, and a lug width right here of 24 millimeters. The watch case is kind of this bronze pillow style square case, which kind of reminds me a little bit of Panerai watch, or also this pillar style kind of reminds me of the Seiko SKXs. It is a bronze kind of brushed finish. This being bronze is going to patina very nicely, which means as the watch ages, so will the bronze color as it patinas up with use, which means that every single one of these watches out there in the world is going to be completely different and unique, kind of like your own fingerprint, which I think is a very, very neat thing. Now, the bezel here is a functional bezel. It is a unidirectional bezel, meaning it goes one direction anti-clockwise. It does have 120 nice, strong clicks to it. Not much play in the bezel at all, if any. Got a nice designed coin edge, good grip, and good, solid, easy movement, made easier by sitting atop this square cushion case, which has a slight downward bevel to the case, which means that it's very, very easy to get a hold of that bezel. Now, I have a few rotational bezels on a few dive watches that I own, and up to now, my favorite bezel has been on my Tissot C-Star Powermatic 80. But I've got to say, guys, that the bezel on this comes in a very close second, if not a little better than the Tissot. This is really, really nice. As I say, not much play in there at all. It feels solid. Because of this, it's easy to grip, it's easy to turn. I like it a lot. Now, we've got 6 markers on the bezel here, as you can see, black markers. Now, these are meant to represent the rivets in a porthole on a submarine, and in fact, the bezel is meant to represent a porthole on a submarine. While they are there and while they look cool, the only niggle I have with this watch is that one of these is not marked, so that you could actually use this as a bezel to time with on a dive. However, to be absolutely honest with you, this is just a very, very small niggle, because if you look at the watch on this beautiful leather strap, it is hardly the watch that you're going to take diving, even though you actually could, because it is good to 660 feet underwater because of that screw down crown. Now let's get on to the leather strap, and I have a lot to say about this leather strap. The strap itself is a soft, vintage, hand-stitched Italian leather strap, and I've got to tell you guys, in all the years that I've been collecting watches and since I've been reviewing watches here on this channel, this is by far the nicest leather strap out of the box that I have ever felt. It is premium quality. It's hand stamped here with the Stalingrad logo. It's stamped over here with vintage hand-stitched, genuine leather. It is Italian. It is so soft. It is absolutely beautiful. I wish you could feel this strap. It's got hand stitching. It's got this vintage kind of distressed finish. You can see it has two keepers. One is stitched in place and the other one is free moving. And I've got to say that this keeper moves very, very nicely. I find that on a lot of watches, the keepers can be a little difficult to move when you're actually putting the watch strap under them, but not so with this one. I can tell you that this starts at a 6.5-inch wrist and goes all the way up to a 9-inch wrist according to my measurements, which means that it's going to fit pretty much everybody. The time buckle on this is huge. It's also bronze, so it's going to get that patina on there. It's stamped with the Stalingrad logo, and it is a piece of solid bronze. It is very, very, very cool. And also these holes here for the tam buckle are square and not round, and I find them so nice to get that tam buckle through. It just seems to melt right through. It fits perfectly. There's no struggle at all there, and when you go to release it, it releases perfectly, no struggle at all. The band is coming in at 24 inches wide, and also what's very, very cool, one of my favorite things to see, it has the easy release buttons here. You simply push that button down and the strap just pops right off. Very, very easy indeed if you wanted to change straps on this. And now the proof is in the pudding, because the test is going to be if I can put this back in whilst filming at the same time. So we just push down on that little rivet there, let go, and it should just pop back into place, and there it is. Big thumbs up Stalingrad for that. The glass on here is a sapphire crystal face, and I believe it's also a sapphire crystal case back as well. I could be wrong, but it certainly feels like sapphire crystal. Back to the watch itself, let's flip this over and you'll see what you've kind of seen while I've been moving the watch around, which is the exhibition screw down case back. Now that screw down case back, again, like other parts of this watch, reminds you of the portals on a submarine. Through the exhibition case back there, we can first of all see that custom rotor. It's a black rotor with silver edging. It's stamped with the Stalingrad logo and star, and it also tells us that the watch has 21 jewels. Now around this screw down case back, we can see that it's water resistant to 200 meters. It is bronze, Japan automatic movement, and sapphire. I can tell you that this screw down case back is actually not bronze. It is actually stainless steel with a vintage finish, and that's really important. This case back being stainless steel with an antique finish means that it sits off the wrist, so the watch actually kind of floats above the wrist there, which means that you're not going to get any oxidization or skin turning green from the case itself. A lot of bronze watches that I've seen have kind of a stainless steel back that is silver, highly polished silver, which doesn't fit the overall look of the watch in my opinion. But they've stayed true to the vintage dive watch experience and look with this by adding that vintage finish to the stainless steel to just make sure that the whole thing ties together very, very nicely. Through the case back, we can see the movement inside. Now this is an automatic movement. It is a Japanese Miyota Series 8. It's got 21 jewels, which are those little pink crystals that you can see there. It's got 21,600 vibrations per hour, or BPH, beats per hour. It comes in with a 40-hour power reserve, and it's got a variance of about -20 to +40 seconds a day. This movement is also hackable, which means that when you pull out the stem to set the time, the second hand will stop, and this allows for more precise time setting. Now, talking about pulling out the crown of the stem, let's take a look at the crown. It's stamped with the Stalingrad star. We turn this to release it first. The first release is actually to be able to wind the watch. Now, what I can tell you about the winding of this, it is absolutely first class. I mean, it's not like this butter smooth. It's got kind of, well, it feels like, I'll tell you what it feels like. It feels like the clicks on the bezel. I can almost feel those clicks in there as I'm winding it. But what that does is give me a nice, sturdy winding experience. The crown is also a good size. It's easy to grab. It's got some good coinage to it, so I can grab that absolutely no problem. One of my pet peeves is when I can't wind a watch very easily when I find it difficult to grab the crown, but this crown certainly doesn't suffer from that problem. To change the date, we pull the crown out one more time, and then you can see the date change. What's nice about this is there is a definite click between each date change. Then we pull it out again, which as you can see stops the second hand. If I push that in, you can see it starts, but if we pull it out to change the time, the second hand stops, which again is hackable, and then we can change the time. The time changing on this you can do with one finger. It's super nice. Look at that, moves really quickly, really beautifully, no problem at all. That's how a watch, a crown should be on a watch, in my opinion. Screw the crown down again so it's good for water resistance, and no problem screwing that crown in at all. Well, there you have it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Stalingrad Kursk. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to check out the Stalingrad watch line, you can go to stalingrad.co. That's right here, and don't forget to use the discount code BW20 when you check out, which stands for Beer and Watches 20% discount. All right, guys, that will give you a huge saving. In fact, on this watch alone, which is their premium watch coming in at $600 US, you will get $120 off that price, which means that this watch, instead of costing you $600 US, will only cost you $480. And I believe they're also throwing in free shipping, which is incredible value for this incredible watch, in my humble opinion. So make sure you jump on that discount code, guys, because they're not going to keep it around forever, and it's specifically done for my channel. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the look at this Stalingrad watch, and we've got another Stalingrad watch coming up next Wednesday. My next review here on my channel will be on Friday, and it will be a beer review. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell button up there to the right of the search bar so you don't miss a single video 3 times a week. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a comment in the comment section below, and please, guys, just hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, because that means the world to me. If you haven't seen it already, don't forget to click on this video right here, and don't forget to click on the Beer and Watch logo right there. We'll see you on Friday. Bye for now.